Jazz clubs around the world are sitting empty, but jazz musicians will always have great music and stories to share. And since jazz fans aren't able to get out to hear great music, we will deliver jazz to you at home. Welcome to Jazz Home Delivery with Tim Tamashiro. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Jazz Home Delivery, and we're very excited to be here with you again this evening on day 2 of the, I got to pull up the perfect graphic for this, of the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days, coming to you from Calgary. I'm Tim Tamashiro. Very happy to be with you this evening. We're doing a 28-day in a row virtual jazz festival right here on JazzYYC's website or Facebook page, and also on Jazz Home Delivery page. We got it on YouTube. It's going literally everywhere. So hopefully you get a chance to spread the news about what it is that we're doing. And very happy to have a couple of really fun guests here with us today. They're really super stylish guys. I would say stylish. Great friends and wonderful musicians as well. They are Steve Fletcher, who is a keyboardist here from Calgary, and Jon May, who is a drummer and apparently looper from Calgary. I just learned this today. I'm just pulling you up here, gentlemen, and you are live right now. There's all three of us. Hi, welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Hey.
I'm doing applause for you right now with my applause button. Yay. It's great to have you guys here, and you're looking all stylish. Is this the best dressed you've been since this whole COVID thing has happened?
Well, I know you guys can't tell, but it's definitely the best I've smelled in a few days because I had a shower, my bi-weekly shower. So, yeah.
It's not the Renaissance. You can shower every day if you want.
Really? Oh, okay. I thought there was like restrictions on water.
No water restrictions.
Darn.
Yeah. I just haven't changed my socks this entire time. So
you haven't?
I've been trying to ride out this sock thing. I'm seeing if they'll stand up on their own. It's getting there. It's getting pretty close. Yeah. They're like boots now.
The stink fends off the COVID, I've heard.
Exactly. I've heard that too. Yeah.
You know, they used to do that in the old days. They'd have sock burning parties at the end of winter. And they basically take their socks that were so smelly from wearing them in their winter boots and just light them on fire and have a little party, So maybe this is something you can do after we're able to get out into the world again.
Well, maybe I'll just take the old socks and make them into masks so people can wear my old, month-old socks as a mask. It'll be great.
Keep out everything.
Keep out the moist speaking and,
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that. We're very, very happy to be having you together with us at the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days. Is going for 28 days, and you guys are a day 2, as a matter of fact. And holy cow, how excited am I that you're day 2?
Mm-hmm. Mayday.
Fletcher Day doesn't work as well. It's just Mayday, Fletcher Day. I don't get it.
Wow, I didn't even put that together until now.
Fletcher Day. That would be. But you don't call. You guys have been friends since about 2007, right? You met at a jam, from what I understand. It was Jam Downtown, and you fell immediately in love with each other, right?
Oh, hugs and kisses and everything.
Yeah.
Expand.
Yeah, so I used to run a jazz jam over at Broken City for a number of years, and it was right when I had first moved to Calgary. I moved to Calgary in about 2006, and then kind of started to get to know everybody in the scene, and Steve was one of the first guys I got to meet. So,
is that how you remember it, Steve?
Something like that. I remember he was like really desperate to be my friend. I was like, I don't know, man.
So true.
I can still smell the American on you. I
know.
Yeah, we'll just see. Just kidding. No, it was actually, I think it was through a mutual friend of ours, a guitar player, Jeff Drummond. I think it might have been through him. And then, of course, eventually we formed our trio called Sinstrio with Jeff. And ever since then, Jon and I have played together in I don't even know how many different projects
countless
and
different
bands.
groups.
in a
Yeah.
variety of different ways. I mean, and then this is the beautiful thing
Yeah.
about the world of jazz is that it kind of prepares you to be a utility musician in any genre whatsoever. So you've played with John Ward Hannum, you've done country gigs, you've done ska gigs, probably. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
All of
absolutely.
it. All of it. Yeah.
All of the
Countries.
above.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done ska gigs, we've done rock gigs, we've done R&B gigs, we've done jazz gigs, we've done. The only thing we haven't done is like a classical sort of thing. We'll have to work on that.
You guys will have to work on some sort of a some chamber music together.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be cool.
Yeah.
You can tell everybody that these two gentlemen, John and Stephen, are very good friends, and we have a special little treat coming up for you a little bit later on the show, and that is going to be a jazz battle where they will literally try to destroy each other with
You're
tongs.
going down. Sorry.
We've done
sorry.
jazz battles in the past, and it's always been infinitely entertaining. These two have been especially brutal to each other. There was a jazz battle where I believe, John, you ran across the stage and taped Steve's hands together as he was doing his battle.
This is true. This is true. And he still managed to play very well. I was impressed.
Yeah, and
impressed.
didn't you? What did you do, Steve? You taped all of his cymbals together or something like that, so they didn't work.
Yeah, there might have been some lewd, simulated lewd activity too.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's always fun to have you guys in the same room together, literally, even digitally. So, obviously, John, you said that you have a nickname for Stephen. You call him Fletch.
Yep.
But I didn't hear what Fletch calls you.
Usually it's just like, oh, that drummer. I can't remember his name. Just that drummer guy. You know.
That
guy. Yeah.
that drummer dude.
The guy
Well,
that
that's
smells
not
like
what-
socks. That guy.
Yeah.
Just so you know, that's not what he told me this afternoon. He had a whole other list of names, but we can't say them here on the show.
We can't say that. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know.
We can't say that on the show. If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Tamashiro, and we're here with Jazz Home Delivery. We're part of the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days Virtual Festival. A festival that's taking place over 28 days from right here in Calgary, and we're visiting with musicians from right across Canada, and in fact, different parts of the world as well. We have a couple from New York. We got a musician coming from Paris, France, and everybody has a connection to right here in Calgary, and we're always thrilled to support Canadian musicians, especially homegrown ones here. Steve, would it be okay if I go and talk to John for a little while so he can kind of rat you out about a few things?
Please.
Okay.
Whatever, man.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to go talk to John. I got this one and that one. There's the two of us.
All right.
Just the two of us. Yeah. John, you're at home now doing like everybody else is. You have two really super fun kids.
I like them. They're mine.
They're super cool, and they're just they're so. How would you describe your kids? I mean, they're effervescent. They're so creative, and they always have different color hair. And
Oh yeah, they just trimmed their hair. Their hair is all shorter, shoulder length, and now they've gone for some shorter dues. But they both have kind of blue hair. One has more like blonde streaks in it. Oh yeah. My oldest Emmett today was painting a picture, just painting this massive kind of color rainbow thing, and Sam's been jumping on my youngest has been jumping on the baking wagon.
oh,
So
I
he
love
made us-
that.
Oh yeah, he made us some delicious. I mean, an 8-year-old with no help made us delicious lemon loaf.
That's incredible. Good for him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I thought it was really good.
So he's taken after Dad because that's kind of your hobby as well. You're a bit of a baker. You're
Yeah.
Is that? But it's
Well,
gluten free.
Yeah, well, one of the jobs I had before I moved to Canada, I actually worked at a bakery for a while. So I was a morning baker, and I'd make scones and muffins and tea biscuits and all sorts of stuff. So my wife has become gluten intolerant. She's borderline celiac. So we have been learning how to do the same stuff but gluten free. And so there's been a lot of experimenting, a lot of messing around with things, and it seems to be working okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that because goodness knows that's a tough ailment to deal with. I thought I was celiac for a while, but it turns out that I wasn't. So thankfully, knock on wood, I can eat pizza again. You can eat pizza, but gluten-free pizza, which is delicious.
It is. Yeah. Totally.
So you told me something about your facial hair since all this at-home stuff is happening. I want to get a good look and see how long your beard is getting. It's looking really good. You're not going to cut your beard until you get a chance to be able to go away from your home freely from COVID. Is that the truth?
Yeah. Well, I feel when quarantine is over, perhaps a trim would be in order. But for now, I'm just going to see. I always wanted to have the big, long, kind of Gandalf-esque ZZ Top beard, but it was always just like, yeah, there was always a gig or always a show or a shoot or something that I had to do. So I'd always kind of trim it up to look nice because I don't want to look like a hobo. But right now, I can totally look like a hobo.
You can do whatever you want.
It's great. Not changing my socks, growing my beard out. It's fantastic.
It's amazing, and you can shed on your instruments for as long as you like. I see you got a drum set there, but you also have a bunch of electronic equipment there. What would you describe? So I know you as a drummer because you've drummed with me so many times, and it's wonderful. But what I didn't know is that you had all these doodads that are like loopers and percussion pads and soundboards. You're stacked.
Thanks. Oh, shucks. So kind. Yeah, I mean, you can only I still practice every day no matter what, but you can only just practice so long or do play-alongs or playing along to records before you just miss the creativity of other players and want to try and do other things. And there was a while, oddly enough, where Steve and I had a bit of a duo. And so we were trying to create sort of these orchestral style pieces of music with loop stations. And we did it for a while, and then I had my second kid, Sam, and it just kind of got harder and harder to get together to experiment with these things. And so finally, when this all happened, I was like, I'm bringing back all my old gear, and I'm gonna do some looping. I used to have way more pedals and way more thing. Like it looked like straight up NASA. Like it was blinking lights and dials and all sorts of crazy stuff. So not so much. I mean, there's still a lot of blinking lights, but not nearly as much as there used to be.
That's amazing. Well, I learned something about you today because I really didn't understand that that this was a part of your life. But I would be very happy if you would be so kind to play something. You've said that you would like to do a little experiment, a little riffing, a little improvisation. And you even named this improvisation. What do you call it? Because I don't want to have to name it.
It's okay. So when I was talking to Tim earlier about this, I named it sort of like an ode to the sitar, but really, it's not really an ode to the sitar. It's more of when I first heard a sitar, it was through the Beatles. I think a lot of people's first introduction to that sound is through the Beatles from a sitar. And so behind a sitar too, they have these cool little sort of droning radios that you can change the key of. And they have this kind of ambient drone behind most everything they do. So that's more the thing that I'm doing. I've kind of figured out a way to create a drone through delays and some stuff. And then I loop a few other things and kind of create this atmospheric drone thing. Okay,
thank you, Stephen Hawking, for that explanation. That was amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, here comes Jon May on the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Day, his homage to the sitar, but he's calling it a drone. Take it away, Jon. Yay! There's Jon May, ladies and gentlemen. Jon
Thank
May
you.
doing his thing. Doing a wonderful
Hello.
job. It's thunderous
Thank you.
applause for you, Jon, on my applause button tonight.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you, thank you. I hope that was okay.
That's super cool.
Oop, there you go. Thanks, man.
What's
It's
the-
just something I've been trying to get better at and get a little bit faster. It just takes time and practice, just like any instrument.
Well, just like you said, I mean, it's before it looked like NASA's cockpit, maybe to fly off to goodness knows where in the galaxy. But now you're just learning how to push the buttons and to make sure that it goes in the right direction, right?
Exactly. Well, the tricky thing is too just trying to create the layers and the loops and the sounds and make sure they're all actually in time. I've been messing around. Yeah, I've been messing around with a few other things too. For one thing, I've been messing around with is a saxoboom. I don't know if you've seen that toy.
Saxoboom. Now you have to show me. Oh, no, we got to hear it. It's pretty funky. Oh,
Yeah.
Jack Black plays one of those.
Yeah, Jack Pack plays. I found one of these at a thrift store for 99 cents. And I've just been noodling around with it and creating some loops with it and doing some other stuff with it. And so you saw the drone thing.
Yeah.
And I've done some kind of more R&B things or some more hip hop stuff. And yeah, my newest thing is trying to incorporate this weird instrument thing.
I love your approach, finding those little treats that are out there and incorporating them into your regular equipment. That's absolutely amazing.
Anything and everything can be an
Anything.
instrument.
Yes, that's right. I'm going to invite Steve back in here, and I'm going to go boom, boom, boom. Here's Steve. Oh no, that's three of me. Wait a second here. Boom, boom, and boom. Oh
Hey,
no, that
nope,
one didn't work
nope.
either. This is not going as well as I was hoping. Boom, boom, and boom. There's all three of us. Yay! It happened again. Yay! Steve, did you hear your buddy do his thing? Any comments? Any thoughts?
I can't. Either he's speechless or we can't hear him right now.
No, yeah, no.
Rookie mistake. Oh my
I
God.
thought he was.
So
I
embarrassed.
seriously thought you were speechless there for a second.
I was. It was just like all I heard was boom, 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 and then I just went on a journey, man. I was just like, I was somewhere else.
You're somewhere else. It's pretty spacey. It could put you into a trance. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, it did. It did.
Oh, yeah.
Great job, Jon. I'm gonna go now and talk to your buddy Steve and see what all the amazing things that he has to tell us. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, Steve. Here we come. It's you and me now, baby.
Right on.
So nice to have you as part of Jazz Home Delivery and part of the. This is the world's longest title, but it's called the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days. So 28 days in a row. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's great.
You're wrapped in keyboards right now, but as you have indicated to me, this is only a pittance of the amount of keyboards that you usually have.
Yeah, this is maybe a third of them in the frame here,
It's
something like that.
amazing.
Yeah, I asked, or no, I remember you asked me earlier, and I said, oh, I probably have 15, but I calculated it again, and it's more like 20 something. So
Wow.
yeah,
20 keyboards.
They all do different things, though. It's not like guitar players where they have 30 guitars, and it's just like, oh wow, you have 10 Les Pauls, 8 Strats, and just have to get a little jab in at the guitarist out
Yes,
there.
you have to give them a jab when you can, right?
Exactly. I don't see them in real life anymore. So
yeah, no, well, not right now, anyways.
Yeah.
So I can see that you have a red keyboard there. That's a Nord.
Yep.
And then the one that's above the Nord, what's that?
The one it's a synthesizer. So basically, it's a recreation of a Mini Moog, which was like a famous analog synth. So it's just like a smaller, kind of cheaper version of that.
Okay. And in the back, that's like a B3 type of.
Yeah, that's my portable B3. I do have a real one too that I don't gig with anymore. So I've got this one, and then over here I've got an old Wurlitzer electric piano and another synthesizer on top.
Yeah.
Just
just keys and keys and keys.
Keys upon keys. Yeah,
it's super cool. It's super cool. Now, outside of keys, that you're explaining to me that this time where you're at home now with your lovely wife and child, that you got a 3-year-old, which is that's gonna be beneficial time for everybody. For you to be at home. But this gives you a chance to kind of explore your own love of being handy and building stuff. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm in the process of building a studio in my garage, so. That's it's a slow, laborious process when you're just doing it by yourself. But
sure,
I actually like that kind of stuff because it's for me it's sort of relaxing. When I'm demoing or constructing, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's aside from music, that's my other love, I guess, is just building stuff.
Well, you still get to do stuff that you really, really enjoy. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
you're in demolition.
Meditative.
You say you're in demolition stage now for your studio in your garage. So it's like literally you're out there swinging sledgehammers and knocking beams down, or what?
Well, you know what? I found a more precise way to remove drywall. So
you do? Really? How is that?
Oh, it's it's an ancient family secret. I probably shouldn't disclose that right now, but
really, okay. I am so curious to find out what it is.
No, basically, you just take the screws out, and then instead of smashing holes.
Oh, so you're doing it in a very civilized way, then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's good to know. It's good to know that you're saving this stuff so you can use it over again.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very very enviro friendly.
So now you've indicated that this time you're not really a person that's online a lot, but you figured this out. I mean, you figured out how to get all this stuff set up so that it works, but you're not going to continue with this. Is that correct? Or
well, I don't know. Maybe I will. Once my studio's finished and I can live stream, professional quality audio and video, I would maybe, take a crack at it.
Yeah.
Because that's always the thing. I just want to make sure that it's high quality because I'm not a fan of listening to stuff that doesn't sound good.
This is the part of the frustrating part, and for those of you watching, be it wherever you are on YouTube or Facebook, the biggest challenge of doing stuff like this is to be able to make sure that instruments sound like real instruments. Because so many of the little microphones that are available now on cell phones and computers, they just garble the sound. It's challenging.
It is, yeah. Luckily, I've got a lot of gear, so I sort of cobbled together something to make this.
Well, you sound amazing. Seriously, you sound like Pavarotti right now in your microphone.
Cool.
So you have graciously said that you would like to do an improv as well.
Yeah, it'll be a bit of an improv, maybe blended into a tribute of some sort.
A tribute. Okay, he's leaving us hanging, everybody.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it.
We'll hear it. We'll understand what it is that he's talking
it's
about.
somebody. It's a famous musician who passed away just over a month ago.
Oh, okay.
A little
Okay.
bit of a tribute to him.
Well, unfortunately, that's way too many musicians.
That's true.
Sad,
yeah.
sad, but true. But goodness knows there's a wide selection. But I know that you're going to do a very good job. I'm just going to remind everybody that we are watching you. You were all watching the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days virtual festival here on Jazz Home Delivery, and so pleased to have Steve Fletcher here with us. And he's sitting at his keyboards. He's ready and raring to go. Steve, it's all yours.
All right. Thank you. That was Just the Two of Us by Bill Withers, who passed away just over a month ago. Yeah, probably that, and Lovely Days, a favorite of mine. Yeah, I mean, Lean on Me too. Lean on Me, you can't go wrong either. Yeah, that was a Rhodes, and then I had a little bass loop that I pre-prepared. So Tim, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. I think you might be muted.
Apparently, I'm muted. I forgot to. Rookie mistake. There you go. It's a good thing you were watching. John is.
I was getting texts from people.
Hey, John, are you muted? You're muted too.
Yep.
No, I'm not
Oh, no,
muted.
you
I
can't.
unmuted
Oh,
myself.
wow, look at you.
Rookie mistake. I'm going to just do this all over again, and I'm going to do the applause. I did the applause, and I'm going to say we are part of the TD Jazz International Jazz Days Virtual Festival. I'm so glad that somebody had your number there. And there we go. Jon May, Steve Fletcher joining us here on the show. So nice to have you both here with us this evening. And goodness knows, we can tell that your friendship is strong.
Very strong, yes.
You have nothing
The
to say,
force
John?
is strong. No, the force is strong with this one. It's
The-
very strong. The force.
If you ever get a chance to look up Sinistrio, you can look them up on. Are you on Spotify and on all the products?
Definitely iTunes. I don't know about the other ones.
We are also on Spotify. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Sinistrio. Just think sinister, but then trio at the end of it. That's basically the way that I remember it anyways. So glad to have you both on the show, and you guys both knocked it out of the park, and only 2 out of the 3 of us forgot to unmute their mic. So way to go, John.
I've got an A+ right now. A+.
Yeah.
Now, I prefaced earlier that we're going to have a little bit of a jazz battle here. Okay? The jazz battle is something, I'll just give a little preface. It's just a little thing that I dreamed up last year, and it came into fruition when the city of Calgary said, Tim, can you do anything at the Central Memorial Park and get musicians together and maybe just to have some music? And I went, jazz battle, which is essentially pitting musicians against each other so that they can basically try to outplay each other. And these two were the stars of jazz battle in the best ways possible.
We didn't really outplay each other. We were just trying to outwit each other.
Yeah.
I mean, well, because there's no competition, really.
Yeah,
so.
no, there's no, not between us, never.
Burn. So what's going to happen here, folks? Oh, I should have had my referee shirt to put on. I usually wear a referee shirt when I do jazz battle. But what's going to happen here, folks, is that Steve Fletcher is going to play something really interesting for 8 bars, and then Jon May is going to play something interesting for 8 bars. Basically, this is just, you got to egg them on, and you can vote online to say, come on, you're doing a stupid job, or come on, you're doing a great job. And so this is an interactive component. I'd like to start with Mr. Fletcher, if that's all right. Jazz battle is beginning. I am putting you on solo. Steve Fletcher, you start. Ooh, a little funkiness happening there for Steve Fletcher. I'm going to pass it over now to Mr. Smarty Pants over here. We got Jon May waiting. Did you have something you wanted to say to Mr. Fletcher before you try your thing?
I don't need words.
Thrown down the gauntlet, if that's what just happened. I think that's exactly what happened. So, Jon May, it's all yours. Okay, there we go. A little applause for you. And I'm also going to do the cash register. And Steve is over there going, "What? Are you impressed, Steve?" Or
Yeah. That's it was drums. That was drums for sure.
Yeah,
and when you're wearing in-ear monitors, what do the drums sound like?
Well, the drums sound great. That's
That's because I'm playing them. That's
well, it's a really nice drum kit too. That helps. It's kind of like half the gear, half the player. Sort of.
Yeah.
And do you have something in response, sir?
I'll try.
Okay.
good old college drum.
Oh, a little Yngwie Malmsteen kind of thing happening there. Eddie Van Halen.
Oh yeah, Bron.
Yeah, brah.
Yeah, brah.
Okay, well, let's see what Mr. May has to do. I'm going to give you a little cash register action on that one. Jon May, what do you have to retaliate with? Pretty good. Pretty good. But John, I gotta say, I mean, that was amazing. I'm giving the applause button.
Did you program that loop yourself?
No, I wish I did.
You didn't build it yourself?
No, I didn't build that one myself.
You were at an unfair advantage because as you were playing, Steve Fletcher's little girl came into the shot and outclassed you, out-childed you.
Yeah. Boys,
Hello,
boys, if
little
you can
one.
hear me, come down. Boys.
I'm just curious to see if Steve has just a little response to that, and then John, you'll have another response, and then we'll call it. Okay. All righty.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very chic. That Bontempi. Do you know what a Bontempi is?
Oh yeah.
The old Bontempi organ kind of drum sound there. That was super classy.
He might have pulled that drum machine out of the Bontempi.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
It was very bon. Very bon. There's our French language component of the
Tresbon.
Yeah, très bon. Très bon. Okay, Mr. May, you got one chance to kind of show him up and see what you got. Ha ha!
How's that?
Very nice.
Yeah, 1998 called. They want their sample back.
I was thinking Dirty Loops. They kind of had that Dirty Loops kind of a vibe happening there.
Yeah.
That was a jazz battle, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering. That, in fact, was a jazz battle, and we hope to have other jazz battles as the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days Virtual Festival happens. That is a mouthful. Holy cow.
They should really learn to shorten that. Like, isn't there like Like, didn't they shorten they shortened it down to Shield from Avengers? It was like
Shield.
Yeah, isn't there some sort of acronym or something we can do?
We're gonna work on that. We'll work on that for next year. But we're certainly happy that you could be a part of this virtual festival. If you're just tuning in now, you got an entire half an hour or 45 minutes before this. You can go watch it anytime as well. And please share it with your friends. Thank you so much to Steve Fletcher and Jon May for being our guests here. I'm just going to jump onto the camera here and say goodbye to everybody. And thank you so much for being a part of our festival. Tim. And you guys did really a nice... Oh, do you want to wave? Here, go ahead. Yeah. Wave. Go ahead, wave. Everybody, wave. Yeah.
Thanks for keeping the music alive. This is awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Tim. Totally.
You guys did a great job.
Thanks, man.
Thank you as well for tuning in. For those of you at home, Jazz Home Delivery is really all about taking the music and stories of the musicians at home to you at home so that you can still keep your jazz passion and your love of music alive. I hope you really enjoyed that. We have so many people to thank that support the entire festival, and I have a little thing to play for you here now that points out who they are. I'll just play it for you now. I'm Tim Tamashiro. Join me again here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, for another edition of Jazz Home Delivery with the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days Virtual Festival. Thank you. JazzYYC would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support that has helped bring this virtual jazz festival to you. TD, Jazz Home Delivery, the City of Calgary, Alberta Foundation for the Arts, the Government of Canada, Calgary Arts Development, Inglewood BIA, CKUA Radio, Calgary Public Library, CADME, the Coalition for Music Education, Music Monday, Studio Bell, home of the National Music Center, Decidedly Jazz Danceworks, and the Music Mile. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, please subscribe to this page, and if you want to receive more information about this or any of JazzYYC's other upcoming programming, please visit jazzyyc.com and become a member.